Welcome back to Downforce Discussions. Just the three of us tonight, but the insights are going to be just as great. We're going to be talking about the Jeddah Grand Prix. What a good race. That was a new championship leader. Should we start there?
Yeah,
Because that's very exciting.
it's funny because we were talking about Oscar the last episode, like how in the Spanish TV they had said that everyone was underestimating him, that he was not part of the competition, and boom, there he is, leading the championship for the first time as an Aussie since 2010. Our Mark Webber did it,
Ali's not here, so we have to mention Mark Webber, but
but it's
his own manager was the last time when Aussie was leading the champs. Feels so cool, bizarre. He wasn't phased though. He just is so chill about it.
well,
Yeah,
you could see
I mean
Mark
Oscar.
like
You're
Yeah.
doing, you're doing amazing, sweet.
yeah. And
Oh,
what a star. Like I saw the meme, they best friended so hard that they DNF together in the first turn.
oh, I get so stressed when maybe it's just because I'm got such faith in Oscar. I want him to do well always. It gets to a start. I get really stressed if Max is beside him because of what happened at Abu Dhabi last year when they had their little touch. So I'm just like, "Ooh, just round turn one, please." And then one went. And yeah, Max wasn't a happy bunny after that, was he?
But turns out that I have the drama and the gossip.
Oh, give us the
I've
drama.
been. It's not because he didn't win. It's not because Oscar won. It's because our amazing president of the FIA went to him and pretty much told him to shut up to the media, that he was not allowed. If he
Hmm.
didn't want the points and the monetary like damage, he had to be quiet. And
Could you
there's
imagine?
and the pictures are there, so it's not. And you can see the change of face from Max speaking to Charles, like just yapping like we do, and then he will.
Imagine being like a 27-year-old four-time world champion and some guy is coming up to you after you've kind of, you've performed at a very high level in a very hot race and they're saying, right, zip it. Like that is ridiculous. Sorry to the FIA. But that's
Nah.
insane. No, I'm being nice. No.
How
It's
long do we have till they change the director, the boss, whoever it
it's
is?
crumbling. Isn't the deputy stepped down a couple of weeks ago that's crumbling from within, I imagine.
We need who would be a good FIA
Oh,
director?
Susie
Seb.
Wolf.
Oh,
Seb.
Oh,
Oh, Seb's
Seb.
a
Yeah, I was
amazing.
gonna say Seb.
Uh,
Hmm.
get a woman in charge. When in doubt,
also,
fix
yeah.
things. Seb would be so. I saw that Helmut Marcos was speaking about his dream replacement, and Seb was his dream replacement for his role. Seb wouldn't be going back to Red Bull. And if the minute Seb goes back to Red Bull, I will eat my words. But right now, I just cannot see that happening.
And talking
Yeah.
Seb, he was in the race for women karting event before the race where all the F1 Academy drivers were also participating. So yay, Seb.
Such a good egg. I would have liked to see like it would have been great if he'd gotten some other F1 drivers involved, but the fact that he does it and he is such a great platform and he just makes such an effort with things like that he should have spoken about when he was in his career and he's was so open about how like he wish he had. But it's just great. He brings attention to such important issues. Yay, Seb. He
Yeah, and
loves
I know, like I saw a clip from like an interview and he was talking about like Lando opening up about his mental health and stuff and like
Aren't we all like that? We have better days and worse days. People talk about what he's maybe going through and interpret it as a sign of weakness. Like, why is he doing that? You know, what's going on with him? What's wrong with him? Nothing's wrong with him. Self-doubt is the most natural thing there is, but it's the most unnatural thing to talk about, and that is wrong. So I think it is completely fine, and I think it's very courageous of him to open up.
I love Seb. I miss him.
die for that man. If that man has no fans, we're not here
We're
anymore.
dead. Well, but you like Seb now. When he was in his prime, he was just like Max.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He was
It's
just last. He was like not arrogant, but this like I'm the best kind of situations, and then he had kids and he softened, which is what usually happens, which was really cool. And then
Max is
Yuki,
bad, so
give back your statement, please, because we didn't hear anything.
So I just said like Max is gonna have a kid soon, so maybe he's gonna soften up too, and we'll see.
I think Max already is a bit of a softie, though, to be fair. He's compared to the beginning, he's really mellowed out.
I mean, he hasn't hit anyone yet. Again.
Not yet.
Like he did with Esteban. He deserved it though in that Brazil race. No. But because the thing is that he was a lap car, he tried to unlap himself. Max was leading, and he took Max off, and he lost the race.
It was a gentle shove, if anything. Nothing. I've done nothing worse to my younger sister back in the day. Just to don't condone it, but it was. Anyone deserved it. Esteban Ocon was not behaving himself that race.
Talking about little brothers, Yuki and Pierre.
A great segue, but a great segue there from that straight to crash on lap.
The thing that they could have taken so many other cars out to, it could have been a 2021 again, because both Racing Bulls like managed to like zigzag and take it off. Fernando to who else was Williams. They could have taken so many cars out, and they didn't. Thank God.
Yeah, Lando was close.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed that no one else was caught up. But if you were going to put two people together, Pierre and Yuki, what a pairing to have collided on that one.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then the race was just exciting with the overtaking, but nothing else happened.
I think that for the first stint, I was just waiting for that penalty, and I was so focused on kind of seeing where everyone's time until I could kind of like suss out what the actual damage would have been post pit stops. After that, it kind of all settled in. I think it was a shame to see it because George has been so consistent as well throughout the kind of past few races. That Mercedes was not clinging on this time around, even though last week it was basically broken and still able to hold Lando off. But this week the Mercedes didn't. I wanted Kimi to get a podium. Every week I'm going to say this until it happens. Kimi has been putting some work in.
Yeah.
Where's Kimi's podium?
Me too.
And then there was excitement after pit stops. Gabriel, I think you should start looking for a new manager, because taking years off is not a really good idea.
Did you not think though as well? Like Fernando usually has quite big opinions. He was quite chill. He was very relaxed in his response. Sometimes I feel like he could have it was all just very stressful.
He made a Kimi Raikkonen because he was like blah 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 on the radio all the time, and I was like, welcome back, Kimi Raikkonen.
Welcome back. I anything that ever happens to Fernando, I always think of you, Nat, and I go, oh well, I'm glad he's finished the race again, because there was the two at the start where he wasn't getting to the end. At least he's pushing.
He was
and I was thinking of you, Megs, because I was like, oh, Oscar won, so you're gonna be happy.
Happy gal. I'm all gonna get hit downhill, but it's okay. We've got a break now before Miami, so I get to chill out again.
And we had the girls, and we are having back the girls, which is really exciting. And I still want to know if anyone in F1 Academy is listening to us. What the hell happened with 5 cars at the start in race 2 that they just stole? It was like from 1 to 8, fine. Then there was like a 4-second gap, and the rest of the field. And I was like, what happened there?
So yeah, if anyone from F1 Academy is listening, can they please contact somehow?
Yeah.
Instagram message us. What happened there? I'd like to know. A
third of the grid did not start when the lights went off. And it was like, and weird. The thing with the girls is that they don't have DRS, and even though they do some really good overtaking, the races end up being kind of boring because there's not much overtaking depending on the track they are at. And that's it.
Yeah, it's always quite good to see so many different people doing well, though. I think with F1 Academy it's particularly good that you can kind of, it's not just set in stone this year. It seems to be mixing up quite a lot, which is really good to see. And there's a lot more hype around it this year, which is great. It's just really nice to see everyone getting so on board with it. And then voices like Seb Vettel obviously make such an impact.
Yeah, it's the good thing about not having Abby, even though we miss Abby. Abby comeback, please, is that there's not a big gap between them, and there's a lot of fight. There's not one just sprinting away and leaving. Even though Chloe Chambers, if she didn't have gotten the penalty of 5 seconds, she managed to open a 5 second gap with the third. I think Dorian was a third in the last lap.
Mad.
She opened. It was like crazy. That's Campos there. That's one for the team. I'm sorry. I'm so happy. We got a 1-2. And then we had 2 podiums in F1 Academy. That's my team.
It was a good weekend out.
Pepe would have done better. He would have won the sprint race, but no, he had to go long in one of the turns and miss it.
He will come back. He will be fact right.
Of course, he will. And Richard Berger, he had such an amazing feature. Like he started in medium compound, which is the hardest, and then finished in the super soft, which are the pink ones that we used to have in F1. They have them in F2, and he just managed to open up from, I think he started ninth to win the race.
It's amazing. So impressive. I always think that, like, you know, when you've gone go-karting, this is clearly not, like, I'm always in my head thinking I'm going to be so good at this. The only time I've been go-karting, been a couple of times, but every time I get really stressed if there's someone behind me and I have to kind of tuck into the side just to go, right, please get me out of this stress. Like, that's go-karting. These guys are in a high level of professional sport. I don't know how they do it. And
they overtake like,
oh, fine.
Yeah.
Easy. I hate overtaking on the motorway. And that's in a specific lane to do that.
Yeah. Yes. Like we don't like I was driving back from my parents' house today, and it's just like there's only 2 lanes and it's double way, so you have to be careful because there are cars coming the other way. And at some point I was stuck behind a tractor going so slow, and I was like, oh, I can't overtake. It's a full line. I have to wait. And so I was stuck behind the tractor, and I was just like, oh God, I hate this. And then there was like a whole line forming behind me, and I was like, stop, help.
And the amount of Divebombing that we saw this weekend in a street track, it was like, we're going to have a lot of safety cars, a lot, because we didn't record it because we talked about this before. Oscar's move from outside to Lewis. I said it again before I say it again.
On the outside. So good.
I thought it was either going to be good or they were both out. There was a kiss on the wall.
It was a thing of beauty to watch. Oh, like round a place where no one should be going around the outside. I thought, this is over. I'm going to be a very sad gal right now until Miami. Both Hamilton and Piastri out. It's just, he made it look so easy. It was insane.
He took the dirty lane. You could see all the dust going up. And I'm sorry, Mom, I woke you up. My mom was sleeping on the sofa and I was like,
thing. It was so like you had to stand up and go, oh my God, he's not gonna do that. Surely we're not going around there. No. He's third year of F1 and now he's leading the championship doing moves like that on a 7-time world champion. It's madness.
If they don't put that for the award for the overtaking
something, whatever. Yeah.
I have to vote that. Like, I made myself on 2023, I made myself responsible of Fernando winning that award so many times because I was making everyone voted. So now everyone vote for Oscar for overtake
of the year. Yeah.
Overtake of stand up and stress. And we will be personally emailing whoever we need to email to get that overtake of the month, whatever it is, prize. It was
good.
It just shows you just how good like he is, but also that's Lewis Hamilton. He's clearly quite good at this whole F1 thing. And he's going around the side. Like I think
that's the highlight of the race. Like, at least for me.
Oh, I think so. I know it's good when I have to get on my phone and get to TikTok to be like, please, did everyone else see this? Because I saw it and it was so good. Oh, I love to see the Ali's not here, but we have to give Carlos Sainz a shout out. I loved the little teamwork going on
He
with the
used
Williams.
his own trick, like
He loves he's good at it. He knows what he knows what he can do with the DRS train, and it was just nice to see.
yeah.
'Cause he's
And he was like, copy when they told him we should keep Alex on it, and I was like, that's me talking to the kids. That copied my tone, mister. You stole that from me.
You dare use my own skills against me? Like I think it's good to see because last week he really he got himself in a kerfuffle. He kind of forgot I'm in a Williams now, not a Ferrari. He was picking battles with Yuki. He's settled in. He's kind of learned from that. He's picking his battles with Hadjar, and now they're back up to fifth in the constructors. Well done, Carlos. That's the Carlos we want to see.
Yeah. And I can't wait for everyone when they start introducing like updates in 3 weeks.
Oh,
I hope they are updates and not downgrades, especially with Aston Martin.
I was waiting to say, do you think that Adrian Newey's worked some magic over there in Silverstone, or is he completely focusing on next year?
I mean, the upgrades that they are bringing to Imola have been approved by him, so at least for a little bit of fight. Like I can't there was this theory, and now Fernando is like 100 points behind, so I don't think the theory is going to happen, but it's something fun to put up there. So the last time Fernando was driving a car ending with 25, the Pope died.
Oh,
and he won the championship because it was 2005. So the Pope rest in peace because he died. Today is Monday 21st, so he died today. He's driving the AM 25, but he's 100 points behind everyone, so it's not going to happen. But
I love that theory, though. That would be an insane comeback because the Pope's death. He's gone. Today's the day.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
That's TikTok. Like I read that on TikTok. I don't swear by it. I mean, it would be cool to see him like go.
That would be. This is a bit of a niche reference, but everyone's watched Cars 2, haven't they? Do you not think that the introduction of the Pope in the Cars universe was a really bit it kind of really expanded something that like there's religion in the Cars universe, and like he just like sits in his own little it's someone put that picture in there. It's mad. Did you see Christian Horner going about with the printed out bit of paper from the court, like going just seems to be going absolutely insane. He'd had the turn one incident printed out and was going about trying to show everyone.
It reminded me of the I have it printed out from the DTS and Toto, and I was like, he has it printed.
I got it printed out.
Something that also shows how like hot and tiring the race was is that Kimi had to be helped. I think it was by his dad to walk because he was like
he was wobbling. It was
I didn't see that. Oh,
so Lando's post-race interview, and I mean this in the nicest way to Lando. He looked like he needed to sit down for a second because he just was so flushed and like it's just bless him. It takes their toll. It takes their toll on it.
Yeah, and then you have Carlos who got stuck in his own car and he couldn't get out.
Bless him.
At the end of the race, it turns out like something of the seatbelt got stuck in the knee pads you're wearing, and he could not get out, and he was like, "Help! Help!" And no one was paying attention until someone finally.
Bless him.
I was watching the kind of like back and forth between like the media asking like Oscar and Lando if they think like Lando's saying that they're not like the car clearly isn't as good as everyone's saying, and then Oscar then saying, "Oh no, it is. We should have won, but it's kind of they are getting closer." Like, where do we think like is the car better and it just depends on the dirty air, or is it kind of is the field a lot closer than we think?
I think that really depends on where the confidence of the driver was, and like Lando lost a lot of confidence when he just shot against the wall in Q3, so he started seeing everything really like negative. And I mean, beyond how was 10 0.010 the difference between Max and Oscar. Like Oscar was really positive. That's another thing. Where did you? I mean, if I showed you the pictures of my face when I was, because for some reason I was like, this squall is mad. I have to like record my reaction to what is happening. Like if I find a picture of my face when Max put it on pole, I was like, I don't know if you're. That's me. That's like
That is,
I don't know where he got the power. Like
it's mad. There we go. Yeah, no, I was watching it with my boyfriend. Like he usually he's far from getting the right prediction, but for some reason on that day, like at the start of quality, it was like, I just have a bad feeling for Lando. I think that Lando's gonna crash out in Q3, and I have him saying it on video, and then he crashed and then stands up and's like, I swear I didn't do that. It was because we're all just like, he's a McLaren guy through and through for both of them. It was like, this is just not ideal. I can't have them split like that. But Max, I don't know how he found the power to do it.
Yeah, because he didn't even get like a toe, because Fernando, for example, he got a toe from Duhan or from Pierre to make it to Q2. That's something Martin Brundle, you should shut your mouth, because he said that if I had been Jack Duhan, I would have moved to the right and have crashed against him. Mr. When you get one world championship, then you talk. But I have to remind you that you almost didn't make it out of your car once. So shut up.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah, until you can win a world championship, stick to your grid walks. Be nice.
That your son does them better than you.
He does. Shout out to Alex Brundle. He did it so much better. Picking fights with the
I saw the TikTok and the clip on TikTok, and I was like, who in his right mind says that?
Nah, we're Downforce Discussions, and we die hard together. If Nat wants Martin Brundle slandered, I'm there. Martin Brundle, do better.
This is like, I don't know, saying that Hadjar should crash against Oscar because Oscar was behind and he got a toe.
No,
that's the situation.
Yeah, it's like on Canal Plus this weekend, Romain Grosjean was commenting, and at some point he said, I think it was about Oscar overtaking. He was like, nah, he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. And I was just like, bro, you don't even have a win in F1. So like I love him, but at that point I was like, hey, come on, like no, like he did it. So
oh, that's a name I haven't heard. That's a blast from the past. I haven't heard
he was racing in India up till last year, and he was quite good. He even got almost into a physical altercation with Santino Ferrucci last year. Well, but the thing is that who doesn't want to get into a physical altercation with a Trump supporter like Santino Ferrucci himself? True.
Didn't realize he was a Trump supporter. I too would get into a physical altercation.
Me too.
Just like, I don't like Santino Ferrucci, and not because he's a Trump supporter. He's one of these egocentrical, I'm the best, even though I have not won anything yet in IndyCar kind of situation. Just because he got once the Indy 500 pole, because he was lucky, he thinks he's the king of the world.
I hate that.
Totally random, but I went to the Indy 500 circuit.
Oh my god, cool.
That was pretty cool. So yeah, like I have a photo of me like on the podium and stuff. Like that's pretty cool.
That's one of the three jewels of the crown. Yeah. You know that, right?
What?
You know about that? So there's this that they call the three crown jewels, which is
I didn't hear
IndyCar, winning, I think it's Le Mans.
Yeah.
And winning an F1 championship or Monaco. That's the
Yeah, I have a McLaren shirt and it says like Triple Crown. It's the Triple Crown collection and stuff. And talking about Le Mans, there was the 24 hours motorcycles going on this weekend. I didn't go. I didn't have tickets, but I could hear like the motorcycles from my parents' house. So
That's so cool, though.
And in Imola, they were racing the 6 hours, which was won by Ferrari. Like Antonio Giovinazzi was. And P3 for Mick Schumacher with the Alpine. So
I think also then a good weekend for Ferrari, because Ferrari's got their first podium. We spoke about Charles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Charles.
Yeah.
He did.
Got
Charles did the George Russell. He was just there. He didn't do much.
He didn't do much, but for 5 races to go by and this be the first Ferrari podium is a bit mad.
Yeah. Well, since next week we don't have anything. Well, there's MotoGP in Spain, but that's everything. There's this rumor going through about Luis, but there's this Spanish reporter based in Barcelona saying that he has been seen a lot with certain really good specialty doctor, that he's coming a lot to here, but that's all he said. They think it can be like linked to him being vegan and being in such a demanding sport that he could be lacking of some like protein, whatever. After all this time being in F1, that can be dangerous. But I don't know. I'll have to investigate more about that.
It's very interesting, though.
Yeah.
You've always got the good at the gossipy insights, which is great. That's so.
It was random. I saw it on TikTok and I was like, oh, I know this guy. He used to comment in the Catalan channel F1, so he knows what he's talking about. So he's been meeting with the doctor, with a high elite sports doctor. Yeah, but that could also like indicate why he's like he's not performing as good as he used to. If there's something health related with him, that I'm not saying it's something like really big.
Yeah.
It's just that because I just put it there because I have no idea. I just it could be even a fake rumor like the one Dumois said with Charles and Alexandra and everything with the cheating scandal. But I think it's something that could explain a lot why his performance is going so low. Ferrari is not a good car, but he's kind of driver that he can do good things with the car.
I think everyone.
Maybe it's just because he's getting older as well.
Yeah, everyone's so quick now that he's kind of jumped into a different car and like has tried to adjust to it. Like especially now that we've got a break in the media cycle, will then inevitably try to cling on to different stories. Everyone's looking for a kind of reason why, rather than kind of he's adjusting to a new car. But it's very interesting. There must be something there because it is. You'd think he does usually make the best of a bad situation, and we're not seeing that in these kind of past 5 races.
It was just something interesting that I thought could be.
Oh, it's definitely
out.
Very
because maybe someone listens this and they have some intel and they can help us.
every so often we're just going to stop guys, if you're out there, message the pod.
Let us know.
Message the pod, please. We'd like Lewis.
Someone has to be hearing us if the Spanish commentators change the pronunciation of Alex Dunn name.
Yeah.
So
listening.
After Ali said it.
Get in line now, Martin Brundle. If you want to come in here and make your case, I'd get on that now.
But I'll have the stats. I'm a strategist. I have the numbers. I can print it, and we can talk about it printed out.
She will have it printed out. I think we'd be a really good F1 team. I think that we would pull something together and it would be top of the grid as soon as we got in there. If Audi are listening, we could do it. Cadillac, you've got it. Got your whole team here. We've got everyone. We are ready. Strategists. We'll sort out your driver academy.
They have but we don't want Colton Herta as our driver. Thank you. We make our own lineup.
Yeah, clear whoever you've got in. We've got thoughts.
And we got mechanics, engineers, everyone.
Yeah, that bit too.
Yeah, sure.
We can always find it.
when people know that we're
Yeah.
involved, they will be banging down our door to get involved. We will have all
Mhm.
the best mechanics.
My brother and my dad's, they're both engineers. So
See, we've
See?
already got two. Great. I'm sure they'll instantly take us up on this offer.
I'm sure.
I can do people side of things. I'll do your communications. We'll hire the best team principal. It'll be
Susie,
great.
if you are listening,
Who
we
am
want
I?
you.
What do I do?
Oh, Cam, what won't you do? It'll be we'll have to all do everything at the start until we all get positions. So Cadillac 2026,
This is your lineup.
your dream team.
And no American on the American team.
We'll find someone.
Yeah.
No, we don't need to.
I mean, Max Sturzen, if he gets a super license from F2, he can be our reserve driver.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Oh, and we have Brad Benavides, who is also racing under the American flag, who he won the Euro Formula Open. So
looks like we're gonna be absolutely fine.
so we're fine. We got it. They just need the super license.
It's gonna be Cadillac F1 Downforce Discussions F1 team. That's it. Cadillac F1 sponsored by Downforce Discussions. Little logo on the top. And on that note, any last thoughts for the pod before we give our business plan away?
No, I think that's a really good way of closing up.
Oh, we'll be back next week, as always, to talk about all the big headlines because we won't have a race. How sad.
We have Jerez, MotoGP.
Exactly.
Will Max, oh my God. Will Mark win at home?
We shall see.
We'll see.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.